Man, I just went in and took a bath. And when I was putting the water in the tub, then I noticed all of this like stuff that was floating on the top. And I was like, okay, well, it could be like soap scum or something like that. Like all the stuff left from your shampoo or whatever. But then I was like, this looks weird. Like it's got like rings of oil or something on the top. I tried to get some out and I was like, okay, there is a part where you start like micro looking at everything and it's enough to drive you fucking crazy. I swear to God. And when you know all of the stuff that they're doing, I had just seen this video and this is kind of hard to me. So I just saw this video. It was this woman, and she was saying, there's a few videos I want to talk about, but this woman was saying that she keeps hearing stuff about the water. Like there's so many people speaking up who don't even know what the hell is going on at all. And that's the thing that is difficult because I want to just go through the freaking phone and, tell them but people are just like, what's going on? Why could this be happening? What do you think this is all about? And so this she was saying she stopped drinking the bottled water because whatever reason, I don't even know, but she decided to go in the faucet water. Could have been because of all of the bad stuff she was hearing about the bottled water and the plastic bottles and all this stuff, because that's all out there. So she decides to go in the faucet water. Although she keeps hearing stuff about be wary of the water. And she saw a video of a woman who put her lighter up to the water that's coming out of the faucet and the water wouldn't put out the lighter. The lighter just kept going, which is strange. Like, I don't know. I think it's strange. So she decided she was going to try it. So she turned on her water and she took the lighter in and did it. And it wouldn't put out the lighter. So water just kept going. So, then I go in and I think I might have already started my bath at that point, the water and stuff. And if not, I finished the video and I looked at my water and I was like, what the hell is this shit? And other weird things with the water over here is like, I know that the water is corrupt. I know that it is the same as like when people all of a sudden realized it was the gangsters who owned all the garbage companies. It was their way to dispose of things. And so they took control of the garbage and, it's a big way to profit off of that. And that's the same thing they're doing with the water. Like it's a total gangster enterprise that's running our resources. And so, see, it looks like there's some sort of oil in my hair. And so then she said, or let me think what I was saying. Okay, so in the water here, so I got a bill the other day and I just paid all of my stuff. And so I got this bill from the water company and then they said I owed $169, which is so outrageous. I can't even tell you. I thought it was a mistake. I confronted them when I very first moved in. Like I was paying $10 for a year of water in Spokane. And now I'm coming here and you're telling me it's $150 a month? And or $150 every 2 months. I can't remember. It's $150 every month or $150 every 2 months. Anyways, it's ridiculous when you're used to paying $10 a year. And so then I said, oh, well, that's for the sewage too. You got to have the sewage. I was like, so anyways, there was no, getting around it. That's it. That's what they are doing here. And so and then, all this stuff, because it was shortly after I moved in, then quarantine happened and I started seeing through the illusion, seeing through all the bullshit. And so then they're charging all this money. And then right after I pay, they send me this bill, but it was a turnoff notice. Like, pay it right now or we're going to come and turn off your water and then you are going to have to pay to have it turned back on. I was like, what the hell? Like, you just, it comes with the bill? Like, okay, to pay this now or you're getting turned off. It was like, what in the hell are they fucking just push and push and push more and more and more and more? Even last night, like over here where I'm at, which I think they must put something in the water to make these people docile. It's so fucking ridiculous. Last night, so, and I knew it was going to push harder and harder and harder. It's always going to push harder and harder and harder until people start reacting, because this is about the awakening. And it's so fucking frustrating to live by a bunch of fucking zombies. But so last night, it was already dark, and the motherfucking trucks go out there and start doing their whistles and blowing. And I was like, this is absolute insanity. It's like Saturday night. Let's see, like you've worked all week and you don't give a fuck of how much what's going on out here. Now you're home on your little Saturday night enjoying your beer and your fucking chips and TV. So is this disrupting you now, or you just turn up your TV louder? Because I think that they just accept whatever. And the weird thing is how I said this is going on all over the place. Now I'm seeing other people having videos showing all of this building that's going on next to them. Does it make any sense? We've got mass amount of people who are going homeless, but the developers are just massively building houses. Like, it makes absolutely no sense. Like, and the way they push to develop where we need to live and stuff, and the shoddy materials and stuff that they use to build these houses. It's all so fucking asinine. But, these people, it has happened several times this week where they start doing all of this in the evening. And it is like, oh my God, it is absurd. And the people are just so, accept whatever. So anyways, now the water thing. So we're going to get pushed hard on that, I guess, like pay your water right now. And I just feel like, and then right away we've got some sort of whatever it is coming out of the water. Before, when I looked up the report, the whatever it's called, the I'm getting to way too many words. Not evolution. Anyways, the water, they say you can go look it up by, it's an EMP or something. You can go look up the chemicals in your water that have been tested. But I don't trust any of these labs anyways, but a lot of people look it up and they got 14, 18, all sorts of them. We had 2. And it was 2 that were really similar. But, I don't even believe their tests. I mean, it could have 25. And then how many things do they say? Oh, well, it's in there, but we didn't test for it. Because they're sneaky motherfuckers. Because all the laws and stuff are made to protect them from their sneakiness. And anything that we do, it's like, oh, cool. Let's just harass. Like, they see that they can harass us. They made the laws and stuff to protect them and to make control over us. And people just allow it, accept it. It's so bizarre. It's like this stuff wasn't even that long ago where people were using like natural stuff for medication. And now, it's like, it doesn't take them very long. Like they said, it's 4 generations and they've got control. And you can see they have control. Like all these people who think that this is like third world countries just happen. Like all those poor people, they just didn't get a good. No, that was created. And they're creating it here in America right now. And we're watching it. And the people are just so fucking oblivious about everything. I saw this one woman also talking about water. And she was saying she lives over in Connecticut somewhere, so where old houses are, ones where people really built them and had their wells and stuff like that, like what we need to go back to. But so they came into this, and she said it's a very small area. This is where she lives, and so she's questioning something too. Like she's questioning, like, why are they doing this? Like I am, but so. She said that whatever, how many years ago it was, that everybody had their own well. And then the government came in and said, well, we want to put you all on the sewer. We're going to put you on our water, blah, blah, blah. So let's just, don't use your wells. We're going to redo all of the pipes and we're going to block you off from your well. And then we're going to put you on our city water. That's our, the best thing. And look how they do this. And they do it over and over and over and over. And because people don't talk to one another, they don't realize that the bad part about it. And so she said that they put everybody, on city water then. But there was some wells that were pumping out this really great water. And so people were always going over and getting their water out of these certain wells, like what I'm doing. And now, this is one reason I was really paying attention to this, and it has me concerned. And so she said that now the government has come in and they're sealing off these wells. And this is like 30 or 40 years after they put in this sewage thing. So it's not like it's like they just started it and they're just completing the job. No, this was done a long time ago. But now they found out people are getting clean water still in the area. So they're going in and capping off all of the clean water so that the people have no choice but to take the poison water. And it is, so this woman was just like, why are they doing this? I don't understand. It's like, well, you need to start understanding. It's time to fucking wake up, dude. Or just go down with the ship, because that's all, this is sick. Yesterday I saw this footage. It got me so distraught. I am just, oh my God. It's one of those videos that you just can't get out of your head. And it is so fucking heartbreaking. And especially when you know, like, this is just starting over here in some of the other places. But in India and in Africa and some other primarily dark-skinned areas, that they have been doing this for a while. That they need to give them these things for their health, for this or that. They're always pushing this stuff when there's other stuff that could be done to help people. And, like, there's just so much stuff that is so easy to help people, but they don't do that. It's all about control and being a guinea pig. They don't care. They don't care about going in and trying to, do some wells and get some clean water, bring some equipment, get some farms going and get some food, and you put in some sprinkler systems, like do something to, but no, they're just gonna, because you have the famine, because there's not nutritional food, we're gonna just give you these things because that's gonna help. And they've got so many kids that are disabled from it, so many kids that died from it, so much medical tyranny that's going on, and so much around these certain people that are on the main stage right now. And this one was the Bermuda or Jamaica or something. So all really dark-skinned kids. And they're all dressed super fancy. They've all got those fancy school uniforms on, real fancy. They look like it was definitely some sort of private school. And they're all fixed. Their hair, oh my God, it makes me so sick. Fuck. Oh man, it's fucking hard. And so, fuck. It is like a horror movie. If you see the video. And I don't, there's some videos that they hide from us, and then there's other ones they push on us. They're not going to push this one on us. And so in the video, it kind of is showing all these kids. It's like they're getting off the bus or something, or coming into the school or something. I don't know, what all is going on. There's all these kids as they're going in. And so inside, then even outside, I saw a video like this in Australia that they were doing to Aborigines, old people. So fucked, man. Especially when you hear people screaming. And they know and they're just forcing this stuff. And some of them, they had like several people, and the people who were doing it had on like, not hazmat suits, but like when I was a nurse and you would go into a room where there was people who were, had something that was super catching, and you had to put, this other stuff over your clothes. So they had like that kind of thing on. And some of them were picking kids up and holding them, and the kids are screaming and thrashing, and oh my God, it's so sick. And then they're taking them in, and they're holding kids down, and they're putting these things in them, and it is the most chaotic horror. There's kids on the ground, like, I don't even know, are they just dying right there? There's kids thrashing, there's kids screaming, there's all these adults. It is the most horrendous scene. And it's like you see these kids with their happy little faces and their cute little hairdos and carrying their backpacks going into school, and it goes from like happy to sad in like a second. It's fucked. I'm just so fucking sick of it. I just want people to wake up. And it's, I know there's a lot of people who think, well, I have it and there's no problem, because I've talked to people. I've talked to my daughters, like, Mom, it is paranoid. All my friends have it. We don't have any problems. Well, also, you don't know what there's something with the lot numbers they don't understand. Like certain people are targeted. So great. I'm happy for you. Of course, I'm happy for everyone who's not having any thing, but you have to wake up to the fact that they are actually murdering people on purpose right in front of you. And because you're not being affected. And that is another thing with these people with the love and light. Oh, just stay positive. Just stay positive. Love and light. Love and light. Don't pay attention. You know what I think? These people are not taking this lesson of empathy and compassion. They're cutting themselves off. So they're going to be stagnant. Like I said, when they are burying their heads in the sand and pretending like nothing's going on, because that's how they have to stay peaceful. To me, it is, you have to choose to how you look at it. Like when I see this horrific stuff, and it breaks my heart and it makes me sick and I want to fucking leave, get out of this goddamn planet and get away from this. And, is where you have to find peace in your heart, and you have to look at the bigger picture and really recognize that there's something big, a transformation is happening, and it is so much tragedy is what brings in so much change. And it is so it's like I can look at it and I can see the truth and I can rest easy on that. But then it is also, on the other hand, to see and witness the trauma that people have to go through in order to wake up and stuff. It's very challenging, and those are the challenges that you are supposed to be. If those are the things you're recognizing and seeing, those are the things you're supposed to be processing and going through, because all of that stuff, it wouldn't be happening for us to witness if it wasn't necessary for us to see. And it is not just like there's so much hidden. Like then a person can say, well, you have to go in and look for this stuff. It's not just out there for us to see. There's so many people who don't see it, but that is our hidden truth. And that is where you have to open your mind. You have to open your heart and your soul, and you have to recognize something's up here. Something's going on. Everything's out of whack. And I am just shocked by how many people I feel just are willing to accept whatever. They just want to go out and just have fun still. And I saw this, there's something with the concert thing. What was that one? Because there's all these people. Oh, that's South Korea. I don't even know if I talked about this one yet, as I saw it yesterday too. I don't know. I'll just talk about it. If I already talked about it, then. So in South Korea, there is a giant street festival or something for Halloween. Like there's a parade, I think, and all sorts of people. It was jam-packed. And it's so absurd when you see these people who are all jam-packed on top of each other. And you see people wearing these. It's like, what in the world is going on in here? Like you are rubbing your sweaty body up on people. Sweat is going on you. And you're absorbing in what those people have in them. Like, you can wear this all day long. All you're doing is causing yourself not to be able to breathe good. And you're just rebreathing germs. And then whatever germs that someone is sneezing or coughing, they're sitting right there on your mouth. And then you're just breathing them in, breathing them in. It's like, But so you got these people who continue to go out in crowds, believing that they're safe, apparently, because they cover their mouth with something. It's like, it's mental to me. I don't even. But so, whatever happened, which I've already said, that they have instigators out in public to cause chaos, to create chaos, to whatever those people do, they can come in and run people over, and they can come in with a knife, start stabbing people. They can come in and scream, whatever. They are doing it to create chaos, and they know. I mean, they've seen the footage of what goes on in Walmart when you bring out 25 TVs that are marked down to $100. They know what people do. People turn into crazy people. They lose control. They just start going and just, stampeding and stomping on each other. And so apparently this whole stampede occurred. And in the footage that you can see, it's horrible. People are being crammed up against things, and a whole bunch of people died, and then a whole bunch of people had heart attacks. And this is another thing too, is that people don't get, because they don't pay attention, or everything's too crazy for them. But the people in control also use aerosols. All they got to do is go out and spray, and people just die right off the bat. And then, and just like in this situation, so you can go in and spray something. Some people die right then. Some people have a heart attack right then. Some people go home and die. And then everybody's like, well, we don't even know what happened. Just all this stuff, But don't forget, when I was at the Pride Parade, which I didn't even want to go. I'm like, I don't want to be out here at any of these things. It's like, people don't get what the hell is going on. We're in a war. We've been in one this whole time. And I'm really curious of when my neighbors is going to like start catching on. Because I started telling them way back when they very first moved in. And, I don't know. Maybe it's completely left their head. But there's a lot of things where I think they're going to see all of this stuff that I was telling them was right. And so this, when I went to the Pride Parade, and I was standing out there, and I'm paying attention, like I'm like watching, and plus, there was a problem because that was the first time I had been out with my eyes so bad. And so I had to keep looking down. And so I was really hyper alert about like things. And I'm standing there on one of the crowds, and all this stuff going by with all these fucking people. God. Yeah, my nose is right. Oh my God, I feel like, I'm so sick of this shit. So these kids, are like doing stripper poles and stuff, and got all these kids out here. It's like this huge sex celebration, and it's just absurd. But while I'm sitting there, a helicopter comes over us and starts spraying something out. And then I was like, we got to go. We got to go. We got to go. They're spraying something on us right now. And I start walking, and my daughter's just like, what? I got to find, she's got to find somebody else. And I'm like, okay, hurry up, because I've got to get out of here. I can't do this. And, and every time I'm doing that, they just think, I lost my mind, and mom can't handle it because she's got brain injury and stuff. They don't know or see. But I know they're doing that. It's been done. They have taken out people who are like me. Like, there's one, Robert, he was speaking out during 2020. He's one that I had seen, and he is friends with Charlie Ward, I think. Like, there was a group of these older guys who ended up meeting up, and they were all in different countries talking about the same thing. And so they ended up meeting up and stuff. But the one, Robert, and I didn't listen to him all the time. I heard him a few times, but he went somewhere and was speaking or something, and then somebody said that somebody sprayed some aerosol in his face, and he ended up in the hospital, and then he died a couple days later. And so there's been a lot of that talk about the aerosol thing, that there's something that they can do. And I mean, everything is a bioweapon, what's going on in our lives. I mean, even the water, everything. And then to reduce us out of any natural resources or anything to keep us healthy or safe. They want to just make us sick and dying, and they're succeeding, and people are just completely blind. And it's really so disturbing when you see this is what they've been doing our whole lives, and people are just so willing to accept this stuff. And there was this other video one. Oh, this one made me so happy. Oh my gosh. And I've seen it. I swear to God, it's like every other video when you're on TikTok. Every other video is this video. And it is like, it makes you want to just jump up and sing and do a jig. But so Obama, they're out there on their, campaign, out there trying to win people, which it doesn't even fucking matter. It's all a show. They just put in whoever they want. It's absurd. But, people go because they got to show support or whatever, this stupid shit. Like, okay, if you want to govern me, I just want to know you're on my side. Okay, fool. And so he is trying to, control the crowd. He's always had so much control. I mean, he's so evil And he's so placed in such a fucking lion sack of shit. And there's still people who think that he is so respectful and stuff. There's so many people now who know so much more about him. But there's still people who respect him. And he, though, is so full of himself. He's so fucking smug. He thinks he's like, he thinks he's really pulling one over on us all the time. He thinks he's over us, like he's so much smarter than us. And so this was like joyous to watch. And he is at some place, it looked like a school gym that was jam-packed, and he's in there speaking. And the video that I keep seeing is the crowd going into chant the fuck Joe Biden one. They just start going and going and going and going, and they won't stop. They get louder and louder. And at first he's just like, well, like he didn't know what to do. So funny. Yeah, guys, it's funny. And then he's like, okay, calm down. Let's stop. And all this shit. And it's like, dude, like you, this is your friend, and they don't want that guy around. And then as soon as they know more about you, they're not going to want you around. But he couldn't get control of them. They wouldn't listen to him. They wouldn't stop when he said stop. And it keeps going and going, and he gets more and more flustered, and like he doesn't know. And he kind of keeps trying to laugh it off like it's so funny. And it's like, yeah, you guys have lost control. And those kind of footage, that should stick out to people when they place Joe back in and say, but now it seems like they even have Kamala out there, trying to defend herself from the absurd shit that Joe's doing. But everything is being done to expose them all. It's all just exposing everyone for who they are at their core and the stuff that they have done. And so it's just going to keep coming and coming and coming. It's just so motherfucking slow. And during this, snail pace that we have, that they're quickly killing people as fast as they can. I just don't understand how that they can say that something is pulled off the shelf, but then they continue to be out there putting it in. And that right there shows that the rules are not made for us. The rules are made to protect them so they can get away with doing whatever the hell they want. And, there's these people, the people who just want to keep on arguing about, well, Trump is bad. He's the one who started all this. He's the one who, and all this stuff. It's just like, you gotta see through things more. You gotta see, and you don't just put all of your faith and trust and hope on somebody else. You have to take control of your own stuff. Like, I can be supportive. I can see what Trump's doing, and I can be supportive, but I'm not going to just sit there and be like, oh, whatever he says, I'm going to do whatever he says. I'm not going to do whatever anybody says. I'm going to do whatever I say, whatever my soul tells me, whatever my guides tell me. And my guides are always telling me. They're always directing me. And I don't understand how all these other people seem to be so cut off from their own guidance, other than, that's being done purposely, so people don't go to the real source of information in themselves. Instead, they're going outside of themselves and asking the government what to do, or depending on someone else to save them. Like, there's so many, like, oh my gosh. Don't worry about a thing. Jesus is going to be here any moment. We don't have anything to worry about. Don't fear. Just pray to Jesus Christ, the Almighty Savior. It's like, that's it. That's all you got right there. Don't worry about a thing. Don't do anything. Just keep on telling Jesus, come on down here and get this solved for me. Like, and there's not. I mean, that's part of the thing, is that there's nothing that we can do about some of this stuff. Like, stop taking a bath, stop eating, stop drinking, stop breathing. Like, what can we do? And that is where you have to also know, you're in a movie. This is a game. This isn't real, and you're always safe. And that is the stuff, like, where you start getting into the your soul being awakened so that you can understand the bigger picture. And then you can see, like, whatever you're going through is meant for you to go through as part of your awakening, as part of you seeing what you need to see and pushing you towards what you need to heal. And so, um, you know, I can just see how it all goes together. But, it doesn't mean it makes it easy. It's not fun to watch kids scream and cry and people being confused and people losing all of these people. And it's horrible to watch, and then you have all these people who are doing things and saying things, and, and they don't have any clue of what's going on, or I don't know. There's a whole bunch of things that are on my mind, and um, I can't seem to. There was some really specific things too that I was gonna talk about. Maybe I'll just come back and talk. I just feel like I'm just so stuck on that vision of those kids in that school. How they were reacting and screaming, and they were so scared. And I don't know, were they so scared because some of them are falling dead right there? Like, I don't know. There was definitely kids on the ground that weren't moving. And I don't know if that was because, they were just so upset and distraught. They were throwing themselves on the ground and refusing. Like, I don't know, because I wasn't there. I just know what the video looked like. It was horrible. So, anyways, I don't know. There's some more stuff. Let me see if I can remember what it was that I was going to talk about, because there was something that was really on my mind. It was like last night, and I was like, okay, I'm going to talk about that. And then this morning, I was in there drying my hair, and it was something. I was like, oh yeah, I got to talk about that. And then I get on here, and then I can't get the kids out of my head. And just watching all of these people just keep like, what's going on? What do you think's happening? Why do you think this is happening? I hope they're pretending to not know, but I do think that is where we're at. Just there's so many people are just beginning to question, like, why is this happening? Why can't we use this water? Now I'm all worried, like, they're going to cap the well off that I keep going to. Or they're going to put something in it or something. I don't know. I swear to God. It just makes you want to just go live in a cave somewhere and just get away from all of this shit. Yeah. And I know we have to go through this. Like, I know that is not something that would be a safe thing to go do right now. And they're going to nonstop hit with the weather. Now today's the 30th, and it's like, I don't know. I think that with the Halloween candy and stuff, there's already been some place that has found fentanyl in the candy. There is another place. I keep seeing things about the candy, so I don't know. There's going to be a lot of sleeping kids going out. Or a lot of sleeping families that are still participating, going out and getting this stuff. And I'm assuming there's going to be some more deaths. It is like every single thing has to be these horrible tragedies that keep waking people up. It's like, if you just start paying attention in the world, if you just start looking around, and you would see. And you don't have to have all of this horrible stuff happening. But they just stay locked in and oblivious. It's like out here, like, how much more do we have to just keep going through and going through, as they just destroy the whole area. And I don't know. I just know that to me it seems like this whole area is just ending. It's going to be a part of what goes away because of all the trees are dead. Like, what are they going to do? how, I don't know. I mean, I know it's a hologram and stuff, but when we're in the game, we have to go. And I know that there's going to be this other one that's going to come and everything's going to start being rebuilt and become beautiful again. But still, like, I don't know, for all this whole area to just be all these dead trees and just bulldozers just plowing through, and all these people are just oblivious or run down and take any kind of thing that the government offers. And I don't know. I don't know. I'm just obviously not in a good mood. I'm very frustrated. I'm so frustrated. I'm so sick of this. I'm so sick of this. So, anyways, another day to get through. But if I can remember, because it was something that I really wanted to talk about. So if I can remember, I'll come back. But right now, I will not continue to burden anybody with my whining and complaining. Just, you know, all you can do is just keep trying to find peace in your own heart and recognize that there's something bigger that we have no control over, and that there's going to be something good that's going to come from it, but it's a lot to go through. So, you know, don't be hard on yourself, and but I don't think that, I mean, I think that, you know, it's okay to turn away at times, but you can't just bury your head. Like these people who just want people to bury their heads and pretend like nothing's going on and shut your eyes until everything goes away. They're not having any empathy or compassion. There's so many things they're not learning from this. So I do think that you learn more when you are paying attention, and that's what you're here for, is to learn. So take advantage of the lessons. I'll talk to you later. Bye.